Do you predict the emergence of a new corporate model that will be very different than the old one, or are we talking about pretty much power to the people?
I think that you're going to see both. I think it's going to be fairly stratified. I think that there is, and the only reason I kind of lean towards the fact that there probably will always be a large corporate presence or hegemony in certain areas of the music industry. And the reason I say that is because we're going very, very digital. And when you look at the difference between the revenue that was generated through licensing of physical product to, or licensing of publishing concerns to broadcast, on air, sales through retail, fairly robust numbers. When you take the same artist's publishing concern and you look at the revenue that's generated through digital sales, digital licensing, it becomes pennies. So how does that exist? Well, if you have a few pennies, no one's going to make any money. But if you're the company that's collecting all the pennies, whether it's a retail concern, who knows what it'll be? Maybe it's Google, maybe it's Apple, maybe it's Amazon, maybe it's something we've never heard of before. We're in a world of micropayments, and the only way that a micropayment model can be sustainable is if one company has control or collects a large proportion of those micropayments. 1 billion pennies adds up to a lot of money, but 1,000 pennies doesn't add up to a whole bunch. On the other hand, I think that in terms of that type of transaction, yes, I think we're going to see large record companies, and for the select few pop stars, mass media, icons, there's going to be an infrastructure for big marketing, big promotion, big records. I mean, what was it? Rihanna's single, they estimated actually cost $1 million for a song. When you look at the production, the writing, the promotion, marketing. And where companies believe that that type of an investment and entrepreneurial risk is going to pay off for them, they're going to pursue those things. But the good thing is that for the rest of us, there is an infrastructure that we can be more in control of. And there are relationships we can build, and there are microeconomies that we can create for ourselves. It doesn't take that many fans to sustain an artist. If you sell a subscription to yourself, so to speak, online, and you charge people $15 a year, which is not a huge outlay, how many people do you really need in order to make ends meet? Not that many. We're talking about a few thousand as opposed to a few 100,000, which the old architecture would require. So I think you're going to see two very side by side different types of economies in the music business.
Very encouraging in a lot of ways.